Hello everyone, welcome to another QOTD video. Today we're gonna talk about the light in 3JS. And you can see I got the same project from last time. Let me just npm run dev quickly. And then you can see we started. Right, it's a bit slow. Need to reload that. Okay, so you see we have the same thing. But then the normal material which we're using doesn't have a light detector, same as the mesh basic material, which is just a basic mesh. But then, okay, let's just use a mesh standard material for test, and you can see literally nothing. And I'm just going to add a ambient light real quick, just for demo. You don't have to know this, because later I will explain. Ambient light, and then intensity. Just do 3, and then scene.add ambient light. Oh wow, okay. And you can see there's the light, and then that is projecting on the source. Yeah, I think it is intensity is 3, but then we'll do that later. So we're gonna start by explaining the light. So what are lights in 3ds? And there are, of course, different lights available in 3ds, and they all have specific behaviors. And this lesson we'll talk about ambient light, the most important one, and then point light, spotlight, directional light, hemisphere light, and perhaps rect area light if we have time. And we're gonna start with ambient light. So of course we create an ambient light using a create ambient light. And okay, I'm just gonna quickly add it here. So below. Okay, I'm gonna add another mesh just because. Const sphere geometry equals new 3 dot sphere geometry. I think that's sphere geometry. And then we're gonna do a 2 as the basics. And then const sphere mesh equals new 3 dot mesh. We have sphere geometry and material, which we're gonna use the same one, and sphere mesh. And I'm just gonna quickly add the ambient light. Scene.add new 3 dot ambient light. Oh, okay, that's a bit too big. Let's change it to 1. And then sphere dot position. Okay, no, sphere mesh. Yeah, sphere. Oh no, because I'm adding the geometry. Oh no, sorry. Sphere mesh dot position dot x plus equals to 2. And you can see we have these two. I'm gonna make it 0.5 real quick so it's the same size. Yep. And you can tell they're kind of just here. And you can see I have an ambient light here that doesn't really do anything, but we can do a lot with ambient lights. We can set the color to red, and okay, it doesn't work like that. Red. Oh, okay. How does that work? Okay, so I don't think you set the light like this. My bad. So you can do a constant color equals to new 3 dot color, I think, just and then you can make your own color here, and then you can do color. Oh yes, that works. You can see I have a color here, and then what you can do is you can add a lit GUI, which is a GUI that you can use to tweak the data. I'm gonna explain that next lesson perhaps about GUIs, and we'll just do what we do today. And now we have an ambient light. We can also represent the data in other formats. For instance, a HSL, and then 0, 100%, 50%. Is that not meant to be a comma?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. 0%, I guess. You know what, just keep that OXFF. Yeah, we'll just keep it as a white color. Yep, and then that's good. And you also have other, such as the intensity. Intensity is okay. I mean, this is weird. I remember you can just put like 4 here and then it will work, but then it doesn't for some reason.
Into the unknown.
Oh, okay. You just put the number then. You put the number and then there's the intensity. And then after that, we're going to talk about the point light, which we're going to do it now. So,
Why is Eric talking to himself?
Point light. I'm recording, babe.
Uh,
Point light equals to new 3 dot point light.
Are you teaching 3JS?
Yes. And for point light and spotlight, you need a look at, which you need an angle, a cast shadow, a color, a decay, and a distance. And you can do much more, but then we're not going to do that here because it's kind of not that important. So we're going to keep it as 3.
Oh my god,
OX,
Prime is
F,
16 ringgit.
3, and then sing.add point light. You can see there, but then we're going to do point light dot look at 0, 0, 0. Which I think is already looking at 0, 0, 0. But then we're going to set the position so it's from the top. Dot position dot set 0, 5, 0. Oh, sorry, point light. That's going to be point light. And you can see, here is the stuff. If I change the intensity a bit, that is not changing by a lot, but then it still is. I'm gonna add the Z by a bit, so yes, you can tell that is a point light, and then you're essentially just showing from the front, which I think in this case the light is here, and then it is giving off that cast, and then you can see this part is not lighted because you can see the light is coming from either the top range to here, so like it's casting here. And you can also change the color by okay, let me just quickly exit out mode, and then we can do
Eric, do you want a Roblox gift card for your birthday?
Oh yes, and we can do color, and you can see that's red. Yeah, really nice. Okay, so that is a point light, and let's continue with the next one. So there is a spotlight, and a spotlight essentially is just the same. You know what? I'm gonna do it just real quick as I demonstrate. And spotlight equals to new 3 dots spotlight, and we're just gonna get the color to be OX FFFFF. And then let's just do sing.add spotlight real quick to see what it is, and you can see it's from the top. But it's really weird since you can see it's meant to be from the top, but then somehow this part is being illuminated, and that's not really what we want. I think this is due to because the spotlight is inside the thing, and we'll need to move that just before it's instantiated. Spotlight dot position dot set 0, 3, 0. And you can see that looks much better now. Doesn't have the glitch anymore. Now we can just customize a bit. Let's change it to 1 so like it's a bit bright. Okay, you cannot. 2. Okay, it's a bit brighter. And then we can do spotlight dot intensity equals to 4, 3. Okay, let's just do 5. You can see it works well. And spotlight dot cast shadow. Cast shadow, we can work on that later because you have to set receive shadow for your objects first. So we're gonna do that later. And
Thank you.
okay, I mean that's pretty good. Essentially all you need to know for now. Same as a point light. Doesn't have much difference except from the things, because it can have the shadow dot camera and the shadow dot camera the far. So like essentially you're saying how far away the shadow can be. Yep, and that's good. Oh yes, okay, so I think for shadows, you can also set a target. So let's just move all of this above. And let's do spotlight dot target equals to box mesh. I mean, it's already at the box mesh, so sphere mesh, you can see, is more targeted to the sphere now, because as you can clearly see, there is a kind of cutting edge going on. Let me just get the...
Did you know that 13% of 47 is
Yes.
the same as 47% of 13?
You see? Now that's a bit good. That's a bit better. Yeah, let's change the Finura. So spotlight dot Nubra equals to 0.4, and yes, you can see it kind of fades out instead of doing the same thing. And I'm gonna change the color back to FFFFF, just because, yeah, you can look better. You can see this part is getting illuminated better, and then there's a gradient going out. Yep, that's pretty good. And then we just keep that out. And after the spotlight, what did I say we will do? Oh yes, there's a spotlight helper. So let me just quickly undo this, and then const spotlight helper equals to new 3 dot spotlight helper. And then I think we just put the spotlight in here, and then we do sync dot add spotlight helper. Okay, you can see this is a very wide radius spotlight, and it is not really what we want, so we have to change that. And let's see, how do I get that? Distance. I think it's the distance property. Spotlight dot distance equals to 3. Oh, that's how far it is. Spotlight dot radius dot position dot angle. Yes, I think it's angle. Math dot pi divided by 2. Okay, yes. Okay, that makes more sense now. Divided 6, because we want it to be relatively smaller. And then you can see it's just pointing at the ball, and the ball isn't really doing much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the spotlight intensity to 10. Yeah, you can see kind of the difference now. So how does the mass.pi work? So it's essentially representing angular variables in terms of radians. So we know that pi is equals to 180 degrees, 180 degrees, and what I did here is pi divided 6, so 30 degrees. So if you have the spotlight, like in a horizontal view, then you know this is 30 degrees. And that's essentially what's happening here. And let's see. Yep, exactly. That's 30 degrees. And yep, it's pretty good, I would say. So that's about spotlight. And spotlight helper. I'm gonna remove that, so it's just a test. And I think that is all. You can have a point light, which is what I mentioned, but yep. You can change the color of the emission. Yep, we did change the color. I did talk about that. And the decay. Oh yes, decay. Decay refers to how much your thing sort of changes weight. Okay, then I need to add a plane for this. Plane geometry equals to new 3 dot plane 5 5, and const plane mesh equals to new mesh plane geometry and material. New 3. Oh, sheesh. Dot mesh. Oh, where is this? 41 to 19. This is weird. Plane geometry, I think. Yeah. And then same dot add plane mesh. But then you can see it's kind of weird. So we need to do plane mesh dot rotation dot we're rotating on the x-axis plus equals pi math dot pi over 2. Oh, okay, it's negative because it's one-sided. And then we're gonna do plane mesh dot position dot y minus 2, so like it's below minus 1. And then let's add the spotlight. So and then let's make it look at the box mesh, and you can see it's kind of just going through here.
What's the house homework?
Yep, it's kind of doing
I'm
what
not
we
doing
want.
homework.
And
I
so
thought you said you were doing
essentially what the
homework.
decay does
No, I'm doing skill
is,
code.
I'm gonna show you so like you kind of just know decay equals
Wanna
to
play Roblox?
2, and you can
Okay,
see
wait,
it
after
kind
I
of
finish
fades
this
out
pseudo
much
code,
faster. You can see here, and if I change
Might
decay
take a
to
while.
0, you can see it's kind of a sharp edge. So that's kind of like why we have a decay. And
the
yep.
I got a shuttlecock eraser.
I think that's enough for today. Okay, I hope you learned something about lighting in 3JS. Have a nice day.
This is